And now, the stars of 4Kids will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light
what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
War never changes.
The United States of America, the grand old US of A. We're the greatest country in the world. More or less. Regardless of your level of patriotism, I think we can all admit that good old America has its share of issues. We're kind of that annoying friend who makes everything about them. Everything we touch ends up coated in red, white, and blue. To the point that it even affects how we dub cartoons from different nations. Now, I'm not like an anime purist or anything. I mean, personally, I prefer subtitle anime, but every once in a while, I'll throw on a dub and live on the wild side. But some dubs are better than others. A lot of them go the extra mile to stay faithful to the source material. However, there are quite a few anime that America might have gotten a little too friendly with. This especially seems to happen with shows aimed at kids, which I find kinda stupid. Like, what better time to learn about different customs and cultures than when you're a kid? I'm sure you can already think of a few anime that were drastically changed when brought over to the States. Shows like Tokyo Mew Mew and One Piece were hit hard with editing. There were quite a few dumb changes made to the American dub of Pokemon to hide its Japanese origins. I won't talk too much about the 4Kids dub of One Piece. It's pretty well known for how bad it is. Instead, let's check out Tokyo Mew Mew, which 4Kids changed to Mew Mew Power because kids can't know about Japan for some reason. The voice casting was questionable.
I really didn't think you were that kind of girl. I mean, just look at you.
That's a really convincing teenage voice you got there, sir.
You have a tail and big fuzzy cat ears. I thought you were a normal girl.
But I am, Mark!
No, you're not. You fucking freak! You're a freak!
Moving on, we're gonna go a little more in depth into an anime that I have quite a bit of nostalgia for. Digimon! I loved Digimon as a kid. It was my absolute favorite fucking thing. I actually have a bunch of my old Digimon toys still in my basement. They're broken to all hell, but I mean, they're still there. The dub of Digimon was my shit. It's still really special to me, and I think the original Japanese version is great. But the dub is unquestionably strange.
I am not a pig, TK!
It's not awful, but it's an odd little beast. They do stupid shit like calling Japanese hiragana digicode.
It's written in digicode. It says rub gently.
But they still keep the Japanese setting in the real world and kinda keep the Japanese names. When the kids are introduced, you see their original Japanese names and in quotations the names they're called in the dub, which makes me think that they're nicknames or something, but they're called that throughout the whole series by every other character. They scrapped that by season 2, but I've never really seen that done before. But let's dive into the first episode.
That's home, planet Earth, but I'm not sure that's where I am right now.
We start off with our main character Tai narrating, which actually is kind of a problem in and of itself. In the dub, Tai was made the main character, but originally all the characters were equally important. The show kind of had this friends dynamic. No one character was the main focus, all of them were the main characters. But because Pokemon gained popularity in the States the way it did, they had to make Tai their Ash. And because Patamon resembled Pikachu, Patamon became the face of the franchise in America, even though he wasn't even Tai's Digimon. Both logos for Season 1 and Season 2 had him front and center, despite the fact he wasn't the goddamn main Digimon. This fucking dub was basically Fox's way of trying to initiate a pissing contest with Pokemon, a pissing contest which they lost. Alright, anyway, back to the show. Tai explains that recently there have been weird climate issues happening all over the world.
Until it started to snow, in the middle of July, totally freaky.
That's an appropriate response. We meet the Digidestined, which, yes, that is their actual name. In Japanese they're just called the Chosen Children, but the dubbing company decided, it could sound dumber. We meet Sora, Matt, Izzy, Mimi, TK, and Joe. Tai introduces each of them by insulting them, like a true friend.
This is Sora. She's okay. for a girl.
Oh my god, Ty, you can't just say that. This is the 90s.
TK is Matt's dopey little brother.
What the fuck is your damage, dude?
So there we all were at camp, when suddenly this huge blizzard came out of nowhere. Needless to say, the canoe races were canceled.
Oh god. So, this is a pretty prevalent thing in these kind of dubs. The really forced jokes. In the original version, there are jokes every now and then where they fit in, but here it's added ad nauseum, as if they don't trust kids to pay attention unless there's shitty jokes thrown in their face constantly. Out of the sky shoots out strange mechanical devices that they later learn are Digivices, devices which are used to connect with their Digimon.
What? Are these?
As they try to figure out what these devices are, the ground opens up and swallows them in.
Comedy gold!
They fall through a Windows 95 screensaver and wake up in a strange new world.
That is the last time I eat camp food.
The small creature explains who he is to Tai.
My name's Kuroman, and we're partners!
The group of kids gather and meet their partners. Izzy is partners with Motimon. TK has Tokamon, Matt has Sunamon, and fucking Christ, I used to watch the show as a kid and I'm still forgetting the names. Izzy is partners with Motimon, Sora with Yokamon, TK has Tokamon, Matt has Sunamon, and Joe has Bukamon.
Is that everybody?
Hey, what happened to that girl with the funny pink hat?
Now, her name is Mimi.
Well, perhaps she's off picking flowers, or going on a nature hike.
Come on!
Okay, so she's not picking flowers. Okay, so she's not picking flowers.
Izzy's so smart, he can make his punchlines telepathically. Hey, dubbing companies, maybe stop filling every goddamn moment of silence with a shitty joke. Just a thought. They find Mimi and her Digimon Tanmon, who are being chased by a giant bug Digimon named Kawagamon.
Great. Anybody bring a helicopter?
Faced with no other options, the Digimon decide to stand and fight. The care from their partners causes them to Digivolve.
Look at them! What's happened to the little guys?
They're bigger.
After all the Digimon collectively vomit on Kawagamon, he is finally defeated. The kids and their partners embrace, celebrating their victory and their newfound friendship.
That is, until this happened.
He destroys the cliff and sends them hurtling to their death. Will they survive? Find out in the next Digimon, Digital Monsters! Spoiler alert, this is a 54 episode anime with 2 sequels, so yeah, they're fine. Like I said, the dub of Digimon is strange. It definitely threw in a lot of weird changes to try to make it seem more American, but also kept a few bits of Japanese culture in there. But moving on! Next up, we'll be looking at Cardcaptor Sakura. Cardcaptor Sakura is a well-known and greatly loved anime. It's fun, it's colorful, and it's got what is possibly the worst English dub ever! I'm not kidding. This is considered by many to be one of the worst English dubs of an anime ever. They changed so much about the show that they literally even tried to change the genre of it, shifting it from a show aimed at young girls to a show aimed at preteen boys. Well, let's jump headfirst into the garbage fire that is the English dub of Cardcaptor Sakura, renamed to simply Cardcaptors. Real quick, fun fact before I start. Did you know that all the Eds from Ed, Edd n Eddy have voice acting roles in this dub? Seriously. Ed played Kiro, Double D played Julian, and Eddie played Tori. Just something I wanted to share. Anyway, moving right along. We start off inside a strange and ominous dream. Or as Ty would say,
Totally freaky.
that's right. we're introduced to Sakura Kinomoto. Oh no, I'm sorry. I meant to say Sakura Avalon. Fucking hell.
This was the day that changed my life. The day I discovered the Cloud Book. It started out like every other morning. And as usual, I was already late.
We meet her brother Tori, whose real name is Toya, but whatever.
You sounded like a small dinosaur up there.
I was walking normally.
Hey, I'm lucky. How many guys get a dinosaur for a little sister?
Stop calling me a dinosaur!
He's a jerk to her, and she fantasizes about murdering him, so really just a great family dynamic all around.
That's my mom. Even though she died a long time ago, I like to think she's watching over me. And I think she'd be proud.
On her way to school, Sakura meets her brother's classmate, Julian. Julian has been what I like to call friend-zoned in translation. What is that, you may be asking? Well, to be friend-zoned in translation is when a relationship is only made platonic because of the English dub. Weirdly, this only seems to happen with same-gender relationships. Strange coincidence, right? You see, in the original Japanese version, Toya and Yukito had heavily implied romantic feelings. Here, however, they're just bros being bros. But not like actual bros, like brothers or anything, they're not related. That would put them in the category of family zoned in translation, which Sailor Moon already cornered the market on. Anyway, Sakura and her best bros ride off to school.
Julian's always so nice to me. And he's so cute.
Oh, honey, I don't think you're his type. She goes to school and meets her friend Madison, who is also totally heterosexual. Her lines in Japanese totally weren't about how cute she thinks Sakura is. Nothing gay here, kids, don't worry. She goes about her normal school day, reading, cheerleading, giving herself brain damage. When she gets home, she hears strange sounds coming from her basement and decides to investigate. She finds a glowing book, the same book from her dream. In it, she finds cards containing monsters and accidentally releases them.
What just happened? Out
of the book rises its guardian, Kiro, an ancient and powerful being who sounds like a California surfer from 1995. First we'll get the cloud cards, then we'll get some gnarly waves that get tubular. I don't know what any of that means. Kiro explains the long and complex history of the cloud cards, which I'm not gonna do. They talk about her responsibility to recapture the cards and that she must become a card captor.
That is, until this happened.
It's the fly card, all right. Well, don't just stand there. Do something.
Like what?
Get out there and capture that cloud card.
What?
Sakura's voice actress gives the performance of the century.
If you can't stop it, no one can.
But I don't know how. Huh? Wait, I've got an idea.
She summons the Windy card and uses its power to drag down the Fly card. She uses her newfound powers to seal the monster back in its card.
You've captured the Fly card. Touch your staff to it.
Excuse me?
Fly!
So, how do you like flying?
It's the best!
I knew I could count on you, Cardcaptor Sakura.
Yeah! Wait a minute, I haven't agreed to anything yet. Kiro was right. He could count on me. And from that day on, my life would never be the same.
Yeah, okay. The Cardcaptors dub is widely considered to be one of the worst examples of localizing an anime ever. They changed characters' names, personalities, sexualities, settings were renamed, and scenes were chopped and removed. It kinda goes without saying it's not a very well done dub. But, I will give it this. That theme song is fucking dope.
Rain, shadow, wood, sword, thunder, power, sleep. Card captors of the cloud, expect the unexpected now.
The secrets of the cloud were all a mystery. But when this mighty book was opened, the powers were set free. Cardcaptors, a mystic adventure. Cardcaptors, a quest for all time. Cardcaptors, Cardcaptors.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. I want to give a special shout out to Roller Girls for letting me use their song Idiot for the intro and outro for the show. These guys are super cool. Please check them out on Bandcamp. And once again guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best and I love you. Bye bye.